Today is the day that I have been promising you for weeks. I am going to show you how to take the back wheel off of your bike and put it back on again, and you will see that it is really not a big deal. Pretty exciting, right? So the very first thing that you always want to do when you are taking your back wheel off is to make sure that your chain is on the smallest little cog of that cassette in the back. That'll make sure that when you pull it off, you're not twisting your chain and bending it and doing damage that could crop up later and make your life a little bit harder. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to unlock my brakes just to give the wheel a little bit more clearance to get out so that those brakes don't squeeze onto it and make it hard to pull. And then you are going to open the quick release on the skewer. Next, you're gonna put your hand on the top tube and your other hand on the derailleur. Future me, hi. Now, looking at this footage as I'm editing, I realized that I kind of tweaked the derailleur the wrong direction at first, so you'll see that I'm turning it towards the front of the bike. Make sure that you rotate it towards the back of the bike, and really you can just pull up as you do that in like one little motion. Just pull up on the frame right there and the wheel should just drop out. And then once it pops out of that hole, you can just pull back and pull it away. So to put it back in, it's super simple. You just want to make sure that the bottom loop of the chain is underneath your cassette, and then the top part of the chain is resting on that small cog. And then really all you have to do is just push back down again. And if it doesn't automatically just pop right back into that hole, just guide it a little bit with your hands and kind of pop it back in. And that's it. From there, you're going to want to make sure that your wheel is centered in between your brake pads and that it's not rubbing anywhere on the frame. And then you can close your skewer again, and it doesn't need to be super tight. Just make sure that it's a fairly firm close. You don't need to be like wrenching it shut, and you also don't want it to be rattling around. Close your brake release. And so that is how you take the wheel on and off of a road bike. But when you start getting into triathlon bikes, a lot of them have what is called a horizontal dropout, which adds a whole different level of complexity. So let's talk about that now. Now, horizontal dropouts are a different story. They are much more difficult because you can't just push right down on your wheel and have it pop out. It actually pops out the back, so you have to pull it out horizontally, hence horizontal dropout. So the way that I handle this, and I tried many times to try to figure out a different way to do this, I flip the bike upside down. I mentioned this before in the tire changing video that a lot of people will tell you not to do that. I say if you're very careful and you don't do it on a regular basis, only in emergency circumstances, like you have a flat tire, make sure that if you're just doing routine maintenance at home, that you have something like an inexpensive bike stand, which I will link mine below, so that you don't have to flip it on its head every time. When you do this though, make sure that you have your gears flipped, I guess up if it's upside down or down if it's right side up, just so that they don't dig into the ground and you don't push them into a different gear when you're setting it on its head. And just make sure that you do it very gently. And from there, you're gonna go through the same process that you would with the road bike. You're gonna make sure that the chain is on the smallest cog of your cassette. You're gonna make sure that your brakes are open if you can. On this particular bike, they are fixed, so I can't. And make sure that you open the quick release. Instead of using the derailleur this time, I find what's easier in this instance is to grab for the loop of chain that in this instance would be on the bottom. So grab the loop of chain that is closest to the seat of your bike, and you're just gonna gently pull back on it, and this will actually disengage your derailleur, and you can just pull straight back and the wheel will just pop right out. And then to put it back in, pull back on that chain, wrap it around the first cog on your cassette, and then pop it right back into place. And what's cool is because that derailleur is kind of spring loaded, it should just pull the wheel right back where you need it to go. In some instances, it'll pop back in all by itself, but you might need to guide it back in. And then again, make sure that your wheel is centered in between your brakes and it's not rubbing on the frame anywhere. Close that quick release, close the brakes if you've opened them, and then just gently flip your bike right side up and then go on your merry way. Now, if this is an instance where you have had a flat and that's why you're having to take your wheel off and you don't know how to change a flat, make sure that you check out this video up top, and it will tell you how to change a flat tire even if you have hands the size of a 9-year-old like I do. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you hit that button so that you can stay up to date with everything that I'm posting. Like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, I forgot to tell you, if I've seemed a little MIA lately, it is because we are getting ready to sell our house. Today is actually the first day that we're taking showings on it, and we've just been spending like the last 2 weeks just cleaning and prepping and painting and staging and doing all sorts of upkeep on the house. So I will keep you updated on that. I think we're gonna have a little adventure, and it will be amazing to share it with all of you. So with that, I will let you go, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you. And this will actually disengage the thing that I can't remember the name of. And then I'm going to undo the skewer, I can't talk. Keep it on the wide shot. I'm gonna point down to something. Okay.